my body coming off of that medication, trying to readjust without it, it made things so much worse. That's why I tell people now, do not put your kids on medication.
Where did the anger originally come from?
Honestly, it's always been there. Like ever since I was a little kid, growing up, all I saw was my mom and my stepdad fighting constantly, in and out, left and right, it didn't matter. So it ingrained that into me. Living out in the middle of nowhere where I was living at, there was nobody around. So my social skills went out the window. Starting school, all I knew was what I saw. Took that to school with me and it just flowed through the rest of my life.
So if you don't mind speaking on it, because that's when we speak on the why. Like, why do you feel that, you were sitting in front of a judge and getting 15 years of your life taken away from you? You mentioned, your mom and stepdad fighting.
Right.
A lot of people experience that, as far as arguments, physical fights. For you, and at what age, how bad did it get? And first of all, when did your father leave from your mom? Was he ever around after you were born, or?
Nah, my dad, he went to prison right after my mom got pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So
how long did your dad do?
Honestly, I don't remember the exact number of years, but I know it was a couple of years around the time I was born. And then he went back probably around 99, 2000 for a couple more years.
Do you know what he did that first time? What was his charge?
Honestly, just off the top of my head, no. It wasn't nothing serious.
But daddy wasn't there when you were first born. So your mom, she remarries at what age? Or not her age, but at what age are you?
Probably about 3.
Okay. The man she married, was he a good guy? I mean, was he, from what you would say?
From my perspective as a kid, yeah, he was. I don't remember him ever beating us, being drunk around us, none of that. According to her, he had drug issues. I personally never saw it. I can't say. So, that was just the problem that was between them that always boiled over.
If you don't mind me asking, as far as them getting into altercations, how bad did it get from your memory as far as?
My mom is an alcoholic, has been drinking since she was, my grandparents used to put alcohol in her bottles. She's been drinking a very, very long time. Yeah. And it's just, especially at that point in time, when they was bumping heads, it would consume her and it would spill over rage towards everybody. Yeah. She didn't have any brakes, no filters, nothing.
So in these arguments, your mom might be the problem starter at a lot of the times, I'm assuming.
At that time, I would give it about a good 75% chance.
Yeah.
Just off of what I personally seen.
So you see them arguing. You're the oldest child. How does your younger sibling, who comes next, and how old are you before they come? Is it?
The next oldest is my brother, Tommy.
How much younger is he?
He's 6 years younger than me. He was born in 99. So
you went through 6 years just by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it. All right, so I see it as far as that could be a problem in regards. So you see this violence at home. What about your friends? What about people around you? Sometimes people have disciplinaries that they I want to make sure I'm acting righteous in front of, people around.
That's what I was saying. Living out, I literally lived, I'm from Atlanta, Texas. Yeah. Population maybe 5,500. Oh, but I lived for most of the beginning part of that era right outside of that, off a back road, off of a small town that's way smaller than that, called Douglasville, which is 100, and back then it was 146 people.
Yeah. How close was your neighbor? Not next door.
Not next door.
Not next door. Damn. So you live mostly isolated then?
Yeah. That's why I didn't have any kids around me growing up. Nothing. That's why I say what I saw ingrained itself on me.
Yeah.
So when I did finally get around people, my social skills were completely down the toilet. All I knew was, you make me mad, I'm swinging.
Damn. Would you watch a lot of wrestling growing up or anything?
Nah.
Okay. Rated R
He
movies?
didn't have cable TV and none of that.
So y'all were actually a little impoverished then, like poverty, or not say poverty, but wasn't, when you're that far into the sticks, I can't see you just having, the glitter and gold all around.
No. For the most part, we lived in a probably 30-year-old, half broke down trailer out in the middle of the country. My stepdad got locked up. When he got out, he did a lot better, and they was able to actually get a newer trailer. Okay. But we never really just had it like that. They both worked their butts off, come home, did them, fought, went to sleep, started over the next day.
Wow. At what age are you, and what's the scenario in which you have to go stay with your father?
The first time?
I didn't know. Damn, there was multiple times.
Let's start with the first time, because it all leads up to the second time and then what happens afterwards.
Okay.
So I met my dad for the first time whenever I was 14. And it's because things just started coming to a head, and I braced my mom about it. Like, what's up? Who is he? Am I gonna get a chance to meet him? So, long story short, around Father's Day, 2008?
But how old are you? What'd you say?
I'm 14.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say, I was 14. I just turned 15. One of them. It was around Father's Day, 2008. And went down there, seen him, visited him, got to meet the man, went back home.
Were you impressed, or were you under?
I honestly didn't know what to think, because I really didn't know the guy like that. Like, I know I rubbed him wrong, because Father's Day, I called my stepdad right in front of him and told him Happy Father's Day. That was my dad as far as I knew. That's the man that raised me.
Basically, yes.
And it rubbed him wrong, and we kind of didn't see eye to eye on that. But now that I'm older and I look at it, I can see how he kind of took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can look at it from both sides, but yeah. So that rubbed them wrong, and what, he sent you back, or
no? I had to go back. Like,
so it was just visit. You were just visiting,
visiting, trying to get to know him and stuff like that. So I go back, and man, I had started smoking weed, cigarettes, getting all kinds of stuff at home, and I told Mom one day, I said, "Oh shit, I'm not trying to stay here no more. Send me down to my pops." I really said it just out the side of my neck.
Not really meaning it.
Yeah,
but
she definitely did it though. She's like, "All right, that's how you feel. Bye."
Was your dad accepted of you coming?
Yeah, because one thing I say, and he proved it to me, that he never didn't want me. It was one of them situations with my mom. She wasn't trying to hear it. Like,
was he paying child support?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, anytime a guy's paying for raising you, he wants to probably have some say in raising you.
Well, it's one thing I say about my dad. It's like, when it comes to his kids, he wants everything to do with them. I've seen it. My mom know. And she could never convince me otherwise, because what I seen her do with my brother's dad. So that's why I say, like, he showed me the proof where he tried to get her in court to try to force them to make her hand over custody of me for the weekends and stuff. But
I know we're about to get to what happened, but you might have finally getting to him, and then this happens, he might be like, damn,
Well, okay, so when I moved in with him that first time, it started off smooth. My mom had me on medication when I was a kid.
I know.
That psychiatric medication because of my temper and stuff. But this is what a lot of people don't realize, is a lot of times the medication can go bad and start messing with your head. My 8th grade year, right before, like I said, this is one of the incidents that led up to her finally like letting me go down there. My 8th grade year, after football practice, I had a blackout. I got into a fight with a buddy of mine. Blacked out to the point I fractured his jaw, put my football coach in the hospital, and got all year, because this was just barely September. We just started school.
Football season, yeah.
The whole year in alternative school for that.
8th grade.
8th grade. So at that time, I didn't know it was the medication doing what it was doing to me. And when I moved in with my dad, he picked it off the rip and yanked me off of it. But I had been on that medication so long, I already got a bad temper. My body coming off of that medication, trying to readjust without it, it made things so much worse. That's why I tell people now, do not put your kids on medication, because you don't understand what it can do to them mentally after the fact. Yeah. When their bodies and their minds try to readjust without it, it's just like anybody on drugs. You take them off of it, watch the change, the aggravation, the irritation, like just the whole breakdown before they're able to get better. And a lot of people aren't ready for that. And nobody was ready for the storm that came after that medication I got took off of it.
Yeah, the fact that you still have to be around other people, like you still got to get off the medication and be around and be normal in front of other kids is
right.
It's kind of crazy.
And like I can put you in contact with everybody I grew up with that still to this day, like they tell me like, bro, you were a hothead. Like that's why a lot of people didn't like you, because you were so mad at everything and they tried to stay away from you. And I didn't realize that. Like I got a bunch of classmates I'm cool with now. Since I've been out, they've done reached out to me and I done reached out to them, that we're on a good even tone now. Back then you couldn't communicate with me, because if you said anything crazy, it is what it is.
And mind you, for those who can't do quick math, you've only been out for 6 months.
Yes, sir.
So even in this conversation, you spend more time of your life technically damn near in incarceration than out in the free world. Almost half and half, let's just say. Well,
a little bit more incarcerated, because this right here was the start of me going to juvenile.
Okay.
Yeah, like right after I moved in with my dad, we got into it. And let's say he pulled an old penitentiary move and whacked me with a Dr. Pepper can. Family services got involved. They took us up there to a meeting. They started talking about putting me back on medication. My mom and the family services people, not my dad. Okay. And when they went to talk about putting me back on that medication, I lost it. I walked out.
You just weren't trying to get back on that medication?
I was not trying to hear it. So I walked out. They called the police. They thought I ran away. I just went out back to cool off. Come back in, sit down. Ain't nobody told me to call the police, because I came in before they got there. They were talking about it again. Now I'm finna leave. You keep pushing the wrong button. I get up, I go to walk out, Texas City Police right there. I'm not knowing he's there for me. I walk, I got my hood up and everything. I walk right past him. Hey, where you going? I ain't got nothing to say to you. One, I'm fried out. Two, you a cop. I ignore him, go to walk past him. He grabs me by my shoulder. Where are you going? Shrugged his hand off my shoulder. When I did that, he took it upon himself to throw me on the floor. Why he did that, I don't know. At this time, I'm leg pressing 750, 800 pounds. And he threw me on the floor. I land on my back. He leans over me. And I kicked him in his chest with both feet. You're leaned over me, all your equilibrium is off. And I'm leg pressing 750 to 800 pounds at 14 years old.
That's crazy, honestly. That's great.
Imagine what his body did.
Gone, flying.
Flew into the wall.
Yeah.
I get up, I go to run around the corner. Here comes another cop, speared me. Got me down. I wasn't ready for that one. That was my first time getting locked up right there. Assault an officer, resisting arrest. It is what it is.